Everyone thinks a smart ring is just a tiny step counter for people who hate watches, but here's the thing: most rings fudge the hard stuff like recovery and sleep staging because finger-based optics struggle under real-life conditions. I put the circular ring slim through 3 solid weeks of day and night use flights, gym sessions, cold mornings, desk marathons, and the results were not what I expected. Scroll stop. If you're about to impulse buy because it's thinner and lighter than the big names, slow down. Contrarian snapback. The circular ring slim can be a fantastic buy, but only if you understand where it excels and where it absolutely does not. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already leaning toward the circular ring slim, I've dropped a link below to the best current price. Stick around though, because I found a couple of curveballs you should know before you spend $1. Here's why I even needed this. I train early, work late, and my sleep hygiene took a beating last year. Watches were wrecking my nights, bulky, sweaty under the strap, and I'd yank them off at 2 a.m. I wanted something I'd forget I was wearing, something that could map my recovery without locking me into a subscription. I've tried the usual suspects: another well-known ring with a monthly fee, a cheaper no-sub alternative that looked great but whiffed on accuracy, and even sleeping bare wrist with an occasional chest strap check. The pattern: either pay forever for insights or accept flaky data. I went into the circular ring slim skeptical but hopeful. Could a thinner ring finally be accurate enough to guide my training and help me wake up less wrecked? Testing started with fit and comfort. Circular ships a sizing kit, and once I dialed the size, the slim lived up to its name. It slipped under barbell grips without pinching and didn't smash into my trackpad while editing. Typing all day, zero hotspots. But then, cold morning runs introduced a classic ring problem: finger perfusion drops. On one 42-degree jog, heart rate readings lagged for about 15 minutes until I warmed up. Not unique to circular, but worth noting, a slimmer ring doesn't magically beat physics. Sleep tracking over 14 nights was the main event. I ran it against my Apple Watch and a chest strap snapshot before bed and after waking. Total sleep duration was usually within a few minutes of my watch's estimate. Resting heart rate tracked closely, and HRV trends were coherent. When travel and late meals hit, the readiness suggestions flagged me early. But then, on 2 late nights reading in bed, it misclassified a chunk as light sleep. Naps, though, were picked up accurately. 23-minute couch reset counted and reflected in the afternoon readiness dip. If you're a napper, that matters. Workouts exposed the ceiling. In steady-state Zone 2 rides, the slim hung within 2-4 BPM of my polar chest strap once warmed up. That's solid. But then I hammered 30-second intervals and kettlebell complexes. Finger-based optical sensors hate abrupt spikes. I saw 10-15 BPM lag on the jump and occasional momentary flatlines mid-set. If you live in HIIT, you still need a chest strap or wrist device for live HR. This is a recovery ring first, not a performance metric for intervals. Battery life was another focus. With continuous HR, temp, and standard sleep features on, I averaged about 4 to 5 days per charge. Turning on continuous SpO2 at night trimmed that closer to 3.5. A top-up from near empty to around 80% took under an hour on the magnetic puck, and I'd habitually charge during showers and breakfast every few days. Water resistance handled showers and a pool session fine. Sync was generally reliable. I did hit one morning where the app needed a restart to pull in the night's data. Annoying, a little. Deal breaker, no. The app experience is where circular surprised me. You get readiness, sleep, and activity perspectives with actionable nudges, no paywall. The daily briefing felt grounded. On a travel day with a short night and a late dinner, it didn't scold me. It reframed training expectations and flagged a recovery-focused plan. The temperature trends and HRV deltas aligned with how I felt more often than not, and the weekly view helped me spot self-inflicted sabotage: late caffeine, big dinners, and those hero workouts after poor sleep. Compared to big-name alternatives, the signal was less glossy but refreshingly straight. Here's where it gets interesting. The most surprising discovery wasn't a single metric, it was consistency. Over 3 weeks, the slim's readiness and sleep trends mapped my reality better than expected for a ring this thin. The comfort factor mattered more than I thought. Because I never wanted to take it off, the data stayed more complete, and complete data beats perfect but inconsistent. Compared head-to-head with a popular subscription ring, the circular felt 90% as polished an app while dodging the monthly fee, and that long-term value compounds. Against a cheaper no-sub competitor I tested last year, the Slim's sleep segmentation and HRV stability were clearly stronger. Is it too good to be true? No, it has limits. High-intensity HR is not its playground, and you'll see occasional quirks around sleep onset if you're reading in bed. But as a sleep and recovery companion, it punches above its size. Now that you know the real strengths: sleep, recovery, comfort, and no subscription, you'll want to snag the right size and color while they're in stock. I've got the best current pricing and a sizing kit note in the description. Inventory and prices move, so check that link before it shifts. Bottom line, if you're buying the circular ring Slim for live in workout accuracy during sprints or CrossFit, don't. Pair a chest strap with a watch and thank me later. If you want an ultra-comfortable set-and-forget ring that nails the recovery basics, tracks sleep coherently, and doesn't tax you monthly for insights, this is absolutely worth it. Night shifters, frequent travelers, and anyone who rips their watch off at 2 a.m., you'll appreciate this. If you're a data perfectionist or need smartwatch features, skip it. For everyone else, save your money for the right use case. Don't waste it chasing perfect spikes, invest in consistent recovery. That's the real upgrade. Visual notes: I'll overlay side-by-side HR graphs from a Zone 2 ride, sleep stage comparisons for a late-night read, a charging demo from 10 to 80%, and a quick water test clip so you can see it in action.